Every champion was once broken. Every legend was once doubted. Every dream was once just a struggle. But struggles don't define us. How we rise beyond them does. Welcome to Beyond the Struggles, where every setback is just the beginning of greatness. Some people live a life, but some live a legacy. In the small town of Vernon in northern France, a boy was born in May 1997. His name, Ousmane Dembélé. Like so many children, he dreamed of football. But unlike most, his gift was undeniable from the very beginning. Raised in a modest family of Mauritanian and Malian descent, Dembélé grew up surrounded by culture, community, and determination. His mother, Fatimata, was his biggest supporter, guiding him through every step of his young career. Football wasn't just a game, it was a path, a chance, a way to transform dreams into destiny. From the streets, Dembélé's talent carried him into the youth academies. At Stade Rennais, coaches quickly realized they had something special. A teenager with lightning speed, dazzling dribbles, and a fearlessness that made defenders dizzy. By 2015, at just 18 years old, Dembélé made his professional debut. He scored, he assisted, and he announced himself to France, a star in the making. Europe was watching. In 2016, Borussia Dortmund signed him. In Germany, his talent exploded. 10 goals, 20 assists, and one unforgettable partnership with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That season, he won the German Cup, and the whispers grew louder. This kid could be the future of football. The future came calling sooner than expected. In 2017, Barcelona lost Neymar to PSG, and in desperation they turned to Dembélé. A transfer worth over 100 million euros. At just 20 years old, Ousmane was now one of the most expensive footballers in history. The pressure was immense. The expectations? Even greater. But football has a way of testing us. And Dembélé's greatest test was about to begin. But greatness is never given, it is earned through struggle. In his very first season at Barcelona, tragedy struck. A torn hamstring, months on the sidelines. For a young player carrying the weight of a club, the timing couldn't have been worse. The cycle began. Come back, break down, recover, break again. Injuries became his shadow and critics began to doubt. Was he fragile? Was he unfocused? Or was he simply unlucky? Yet even in the storm, the flashes of brilliance never disappeared. Goals against Sevilla, dribbles against Tottenham, match-winning moments that reminded the world why Barcelona had placed their faith in him. But consistency, that was missing. In a team led by Messi, Dembélé was the wild card, unpredictable, dazzling, but unreliable. Year after year, Ballon d'Or shortlists would feature his name, but never in bold, never at the very top. For every nomination, there was a reminder. He had the talent, but not yet the legacy. On the international stage, Dembélé found joy. In 2018, he lifted the greatest trophy of all, the World Cup with France. Though not always the star of the show, his pace and creativity gave Les Bleus another weapon. Still, for every triumph with France, his struggles at Barcelona cast a long shadow. By 2023, the story needed a new chapter. A return home to France. Paris Saint-Germain gave him that chance. A team filled with stars, but haunted by a single missing piece, the Champions League. For Dembélé, it was a chance to start fresh, to silence the doubts, to rise beyond the struggles that had defined his career. And then, it happened. The 2024-25 season. For the first time in his career, everything came together. The fitness, the confidence, the consistency. Week after week, Dembélé delivered. Goals, assists, magic. He was no longer the player who might shine, he was the player who did shine. And on that unforgettable night in Europe, Paris Saint-Germain finally conquered the Champions League, their first ever. And Ousmane Dembélé was at the heart of it. From broken promise to fulfilled destiny. And then came Paris. October 2025. The Ballon d'Or. The night where legends are crowned and history is written. For years, Ousmane Dembélé had heard his name mentioned, but never as the winner. Always close. Always the nearly man. Tonight, everything was different. And when the envelope was opened, the world held its breath. At last, the boy from Vernon, once broken by injuries, once doubted by critics, stood as the best player in the world. The Ballon d'Or winner. Every champion was once broken. Every legend was once doubted. And every dream was once just a struggle. Ousmane Dembélé's story is not just about football. It is about resilience. About believing when no one else will. About rising beyond the struggles. Some people live a life, but some live a legacy. And in 2025, Ousmane Dembélé began his.